Spectacular views here in Kelowna, British Columbia, and we are here at the Harvest Golf Club. We're going to show you this and a lot more of this beautiful BC golf destination today on Score Golf TV.
This is Score Golf, the voice of Canadian golf. Score Golf is powered by Volkswagen, from one good drive to another. Now, here's your host, Bob Weeks.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of Score Golf TV here on TSN. Well, a couple of weeks ago, we were out in Kelowna, British Columbia, and we're back there. There's just too many courses, great courses out here in this BC golf destination to pack into one show. So we've come back for a second helping of great Kelowna golf. We're going to show you that a little bit later in the show. Of course, we've also got some instruction to help your game. And to kick things off this week, a chat with some PGA Tour pros.
Prospective, meeting today's PGA Tour stars.
Kevin Na has had a strong first half of the 2012 season with 5 top 10 finishes highlighted by a tie for 12th at the Masters. We wanted to know a little bit more about the man best known for his slow play and his score of 16 on one hole at the Valero Texas Open, such as which PGA Tour players did he look up to when he was growing up?
When I was playing junior golf, Tiger Woods was coming in, getting on tour, and he was making a big name for himself, and he was becoming a superstar. Every kid was a Tiger Woods fan, and I was one of them. You can't leave out Fred Couples. When I was, growing up, Fred Couples, he was the man. He was, the top-ranked golfer when he won the Masters. Also, Davis Love was also, him and they were good friends. They used to battle it out. So I see those 3 guys were on my top of the list.
He's been a pro for over a decade now with only a single PGA Tour win, but he just loves the game regardless of where he finishes.
The great thing about this game is that you get to play different golf courses every week. Depending on the golf course and depending on the weather, every situation, every shot changes. And you're never going to have the same shot over again. I think that's what makes the game so unique. And that's what I think people keep coming back to play.
Na seemingly always had trouble in final rounds, such as his 76 at this year's Players. But all through his career, he's had some unusual situations that seem to defy logic, even in his early days on the PGA Tour.
We're playing at Pebble Beach my first year, and out of 3 golf courses, 2 of the golf courses we were playing it up, live clean in place, and one of the golf courses we were playing down. And sure enough, I wasn't the only person that did that. I think there was 2 people that did that week. When the golf course we were playing down, first few holes I marked it and I picked it up and I got a stroke penalty. I did make the cut, but I remember getting a penalty and the rules official saying, "You're not the only one, so don't feel too bad."
Well, the Harvest gets its name because, of course, they are harvesting fruit around here, and those are grapes growing behind me, which will be harvested later in this year. It's part of the unique features of this golf course and one of the great features of golf in Kelowna. Let's have a look now at a couple more courses at this beautiful BC destination.
Travel Getaways, looking at Canada's best golf destinations. Brought to you by Score Golf Tee Times. Go online, book your tee times with Score Golf today.
The Harvest Golf Club is most definitely not your typical golf club. The Graham Cook design offers 18 holes that not only provide a good and always enjoyable test of golf, but will overload your senses with great views of the Okanagan. There's also exceptional service, great conditioning on the course, a gorgeous clubhouse, and as the club's name implies, plenty of fruit.
There's a distinction in between a pretty golf course and a good golf course. Luckily that I think we're a bit of both. And certainly, obviously, the setting speaks for itself. Obviously, it is very scenic, and it's also very representative of the area. We are standing here in the orchard setting and overlooking at the lake and the mountain, which is very synonymous to the Okanagan, but it's a bit of a sleeper as far as a golf course is concerned. A lot of good players now are discovering the intricacies of the golf course year after year as they start getting a bit older, and they're finding out how challenging this golf course can be if you choose the right set of tees.
Laid out over 250 acres, the club provides a very serene atmosphere to escape to. The wide collection of orchards and vineyards on course are an added perk for potential players, as guests are welcome to pick as they play. And with lots of variety to choose from, your taste buds will appreciate the snack.
Our owner, Mr. Okubo, was very adamant that we needed to preserve the local flavor of the golf course and make it representative of the Okanagan region. And we have everything here from cherries, apricot, nectarine, wine grapes, table grapes, cherries, apples, pears, peaches. So we have all of these varieties here on site.
But don't let the sweet taste fool you. This course does have some bite to it. The design is a solid but fair test, allowing you to play the ball aggressively off the tee while demanding you to be accurate with your short game to reach the right part of the large and gently undulating greens.
Most players, especially male players, like to hit the driver everywhere, and this golf course never takes the driver out of your hands. So the golf course is really played from 150 yards in, and it's quite difficult, the green surrounds and on the greens. This is where I always get comments from golfers saying, wow, your greens are challenging.
So expect a fair and challenging track, but always expect an enjoyable one, with a pair of holes that stand up above the rest.
The two holes that comes to mind on the front nine would be hole number 7. It's a doglegs to the left par 4 with a 2-tier green, quite challenging, and once you had the green, you look back down at the entire land and the city in the background, so it is very picturesque. And on the back nine, I think the one most talked about is hole number 17. It's a very long par 4. It is coming down the stretch, probably the hole when people start losing a little gas, it's probably the hole they remember the most.
At the Kelowna Golf and Country Club, you better pack your short game. Playing right around 6,300 yards, scoring on this course favors those who can handle the flat stick, not necessarily the big stick. Creativity can also become a factor on a track that dates back to the 1920s and has only improved with age.
It's a very classic golf course. It's not too long for most players. It's got a lot of character, a lot of natural lay of the land features, not a lot of dirt moved around here, and it's a lot of fun to play. Because it's not a long course, it does have some sort of quirky, tricky stuff here and there, and even though we've had some great players, sometimes scores aren't that low for such a short golf course, so you really have to know where you're going.
Guests are welcome to tee it up at the semi-private club 6 days a week, an opportunity many visitors to the Okanagan take advantage of. Nestled among towering pines, it's one of the most scenic and historic courses in the valley, a statement that especially rings true on the front nine, where the Doverth Cliff hangs over several holes. But making the turn is when players will begin to see the growl of this old beast.
Number 10 is just probably the best par 4 on the whole course. It's a little bit of a roller coaster, flat tabletop green, and got some good length and some trees to it, so it's premium on your drive, and you got to be accurate with your approach, and it's a difficult green, that's for sure.
Just a couple of holes later, the picturesque 12th leads golfers to a tough green bordered almost entirely by water. Reminiscent of the famous 17th at TPC Sawgrass, the green and its protective water hazard are the climax to a long and winding par 5. The distinctive layout adds an element of fun, with accuracy obviously a key.
Number 12 has changed over the years with technology. It's now a long par 5 that you can go at a little more than you ever used to be, but typically it's a 3-shotter. Good drive up the left side to open up a shot out to the right and down the hill to the right, so that leaves you with the flattest, straightest approach into the Big Island green.
An outstanding course, Kelowna Golf and Country Club offers golfers an exciting 18 holes every time out, always different, never dull. Coming up, teeing it up with a 6'5" NHL defenseman. All right, 6th hole at the Kelowna Golf and Country Club, and I found a guy to try and take me on here. This is Cody Franson from the Toronto Maple Leafs, and Cody, I understand that you're a monster long hitter. Fair?
I can get it off the tee, okay. Yeah, it's everything after that that's the problem.
All right, any of your hockey training help you in golf at all?
I'd say quite a bit. Yeah, we do a lot of core work, and I mean we train every part of the body, but it helps with your balance and everything to do with a golf swing, really.
And you're in the Kelowna area here. Any favorites that you like to play?
I end up going back to Black Mountain and Tower Ranch, probably the two most
frequently. Yeah,
yeah,
there a lot.
Yeah.
Now, what's your best score at one of those places?
Black Mountain, my best is 70, and Tower, my best is 74.
Wow, that's pretty good. I think I'm in trouble here today. Well, I'm going to find out firsthand what you got here, and we'll get to watch. Let's play here.
All right.
Okay, Cody, this is dog leg left. I understand that might not suit you too well.
Yeah, I tend to fade the ball. I don't know how to get rid of it, so this could be interesting.
All right, we'll watch. Go ahead. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, didn't get the draw on it.
Yeah, but you might bring rain.
It's out there, though.
Holy smokes. All right, you hit the tree and you drove above me by 67 yards. What do you have now, 200?
I got about 215 in there. I got a 5-iron in my hands.
5-iron.
Yeah.
Okay, you should be playing on the PGA Tour. Let her rip. Wow. There's your fade.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good shot. I think you got, bring your putter.
Should be okay.
Okay, I'm putting for 4, you're putting for 3. Cody, I don't like my odds.
Putting's my weakness.
Oh yeah, you putt like you stick handle?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay. Ooh, that's not very good. Well, except for the line and the weight, actually, it wasn't bad. All right, let's see you make the eagle. So Cody, is it the best team or the toughest team to play for, the Toronto Maple Leafs?
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
A lot of eyes on you, huh?
Yeah, a lot of eyes.
Well, only a few eyes on you here for this putt. Let's see if you can make this eagle.
All right.
Looking good. I thought you said you were a bad putter. All right, I'll give you that. Congratulations. You whooped me. Thanks. Nice to play with you.
Thanks for having me.
As the largest city on the elegant Okanagan Lake, Kelowna is quite possibly the most relaxing place in our nation. The growing tourist haven is just perfect to stroll along the lakefront and admire the wonderful scenery. But the small town is buzzing with activity as well, where you'll encounter plenty of shops and stops to kick back on the patio and soak in the cool lakeside breeze. A wide range of hotels suit any getaway, as well as the array of wine offerings pumping out Kelowna's best. Well, we're here in Okanagan Spirits, and Rodney Goodchild is the man who's going to tell us the whole story. This is a pretty unique story, I would think.
Yeah, there's not too many. The province is lucky enough to have lots of wineries, lots of breweries, but when it comes to craft distilleries, there are very few.
There are very few anywhere, I would think, right?
Actually, yeah, very few in Canada of this sort of size. We've got quite a few commercial distilleries, but very few small craft distilleries.
Now, you've got a whole distillery back here going, cooking up some stuff right now.
Absolutely. Here in our Kelowna location, we do have a 250-litre copper pot still. It was made in Germany and it's designed specifically for fruit spirits. It works all the time, and we encourage anyone that's in this area to really come and see what we've got on offer and see a working still. Not many people have seen a machine like ours that actually works and produces all the spirits that we sell here.
Okay, Rodney, so you're going to actually have me try this. This is freshly brewed.
Well, distilled
Yes.
as such. So really what has happened here is we've taken in some pears that we get from the Kelowna here in our area. We ferment those pears, and now we're distilling them. We heat them in our water jacket in this copper pot, and as they boil, the alcohol vapors get pushed and pulled through the columns and the chambers of the still, but eventually they react with this cold condenser. Okay. And those vapors turn back into liquid, and here we are here. And now I don't know if you can see this, but this is what we call a hydrometer. It measures the alcohol percentage. Now the very top red line is 85%, but 170 proof.
Wow.
Now if I let this drop in this, so it's above that red line right now. So if you want to try some, you're trying probably maybe 86, 87% alcohol.
Wow. That's really good, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't
you
serve
don't need much
this
of that, do we, to drive home? Okay.
We don't serve this to our customers,
Thank
but
goodness.
that's how it starts.
Wow. And you don't want to put this near open flame, I guess.
No, this is only small batches. We will move it to secure.
A little earlier in the program, we showed you 2 of the courses here in Kelowna. Now it's time to take a look at 2 more and show you why so many people are coming out to what's becoming Canada's best golf destination. Boasting 2 fantastic layouts in the northern part of Kelowna, the Okanagan Club is one of the region's premier golf hotspots. The older brother to the club's Bear course, the Quail is just as tough a hunt, and much like any bird, you'll need accurate shooting to take down this challenge. The Les Ferber design is certainly a tricky one.
The Quail Golf Course is a Les Ferber design, and it is certainly a very target-oriented golf course. A lot of the fairways require you to hit quite accurate tee shots, and then the shots into the greens are quite demanding with a lot of bunkering, a lot of undulations around the greens.
Carved out of a majestic rock bluff, the Quail is tremendously fun as well. Its 18 holes will escort you on a bit of a roller coaster ride, as players will find themselves flying up and down along the course's stunning elevation changes.
There's a number of different holes with significant elevation changes, including hole 6 out here, which we took a look at, and it's got an incredible drop down to the fairway, which obviously a lot of golfers love to see and love to play.
And the 6th is truly one of the marquee holes here. The view from the tee is simply captivating as you gaze down over the tree canopy below. But don't let its memorable design distract you from the difficult shots awaiting you.
Hole 6 is a double dogleg par 5. It's a tough hole. You've got to hit a great drive to a good landing area. You will have an option if you are a longer ball hitter to maybe try and go for the green, but I would highly recommend playing it as a 3-shot par 5. It's a great hole with a great vantage point from that elevated tee box.
Despite the 6th hole's striking setup, there's an even better hole laid out on this course. That would be the Quail's grand finale, the par 4 18th. With a large lake parked right in the center, an accurate tee shot and approach is imperative for any golfer eyeing a birdie finish.
It inevitably comes down to the 18th hole, and this hole with a significant carryover, a beautiful lake out here, makes it a real challenging and a great finishing hole. And whether you're a low handicap player or just brand new to the game, we all get that little bit of feeling when you got to carry water, you know, in excess of 125 to 40 yards. It's a tough finishing hole and a fun finishing hole.
Our final stop is at the wonderful Sunset Ranch Golf and Country Club. Though it's only been around for 23 years, the semi-private track offers an enjoyable 18 holes for all ages and skill levels. With beautiful trees and rolling terrain, Sunset Ranch rewards precision instead of length.
Sunset Ranch Golf Country Club is a course that has 5 par 5s, 5 par 3s, and a lot of the par 4s are not overly long, but there's definitely, you've got to be straight off the tee. We have a number of tree-lined fairways and Scotty Creek coming into play, and so position off the tee is really important. It is in most golf courses, but here it's paramount.
Scotty Creek, which runs through the course, adds an extra challenge to golfers on 11 holes. Picking your way around each setup is recommended, but it won't prevent you from walking away satisfied.
Out here, you got to think, you got to look at your shot that's ahead of you. You play to your strengths a little bit, and not just pull at the driver and wail away. So it's, I've been here 14 years, and it's really enjoyable. You never get tired of playing it because you got a different shot every day.
The course, located just outside the heart of Kelowna, plays pretty consistently throughout. But the back nine is where you'll find some incredible holes, including a final 4 the locals love.
I don't think we have a set signature hole, so to speak, but we have what the members call a sunset finish. You know, you can have a good round going. We finish our last 4 holes are par 3, par 5, par 3, par 5. And my favorite hole is our finishing hole. It's the 18th hole. It's a great par 5. You have to challenge Anderson Lake off the tee, and then if you're a big hitter, you got to make a decision of, am I going to fly Scotty Creek on the second shot, or am I going to lay up? And the green is very challenging as well. So it's to me, it's a great finishing hole. You can make a 3, or you can make a 7, and a lot of our men's and ladies championships have been decided on that hole.
Without creating a huge gap in your wallet, Sunset Ranch has all the makings of a terrific course. A relaxed, fun, and laid-back atmosphere, magnificent views of the mountains, and a course that will keep you coming back for more. Coming up, a tip to improve your practice putts. Well, every golf course has its hazards, of course. Here at Sunset Ranch, it's Scotty Creek, which runs through 11 holes. Every week here on SCOREGolf TV, we like to keep you out of hazards like this, and that's why we have instructions.
Swing School, lessons to help you play better golf.
Hi there, I'm Chad Scott, head golf professional at the Harvest Golf Club. I have a couple tips to help you improve your putting. Often gets asked, how do I make more short putts? Great drill, take a bottle of water, place it in front of the cup, and just hit the bottle. You can also put the bottle in the cup. Does the same thing. We find that hitting an object above ground a lot easier than trying to put a ball into a hole. For 15, 20 footers, take a towel, drape it over the hole, and do the same thing. For more help with your game, contact your local PGA of Canada professional.
Well, one of the best parts about finishing up your round of golf here in Kelowna is a chance to sample one of the other great pleasures here. It's wine, of course, and we're joined here by Senator Ross Fitzpatrick of the Cedar Creek Estate Winery, and this is a wonderful business, and you've given me a wonderful sample here to try. But before I get into imbibing here, tell me a little bit about how you came to own Cedar Creek.
Well, I was born here in Kelowna. I grew up in the southern part of the valley on apple orchards and peach orchards and cherry orchards. And then I went away, of course, to university and did some other things, but I never really left the valley. But I didn't want to go back and pick apples. So back I came and bought this place, which actually was an apple orchard. We pulled out the apples and planted the right kind of grapes, and here we are.
We have a little Cab Merlot here, is that what it is?
This is Cab Merlot, but it's not the platinum. I should have arranged for them to get you a platinum.
Tastes pretty good. Tastes pretty much platinum on my scale anyway. Wow, that's very good. And I guess that's something that a lot of people can come now and do if they're coming for golf, but they can also take a tour of all the different wineries that are up and down this area. It must be a nice leisurely thing they can do after they play golf.
A lot do, and I think some come and they play a few games of golf and then they perhaps go down to the south. But a lot stay here in the Kelowna area because the accommodation is so good.
Well, thank you very much, Shannon. I'm going to enjoy this glass with you, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Coming up, learning how to adjust to your environment.
Now, the lighter side of golf. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra. Michelob Ultra, now available in Canada.
Hi, I'm Liam Mucklow with the Golf Lab, and today I'm going to show you how to escape the trees when you hit an errant tee shot. Most of the amateurs I see don't know how to control the trajectory of their ball and get it back in play. You can see here I've got a target set up about 70 yards away. I've only got 10 feet of clearance above my head, and I've got a very narrow gap that I have to get it through. In order to execute this shot, I need to make sure that I keep my weight entirely on my lead leg. I'm going to keep my hands ahead of the club head throughout the entire swing. Follow those simple steps next time you hit it in the trees, and you'll be sure to get it out on the green and have a chance to save your par.
Week Speaks is brought to you by Bushnell, makers of the Pro 1M and Tour Z6 rangefinders.
The problem of slow play once again reared its ugly head on the professional tours a few weeks back. First off, there was Kevin Na, who took forever with his waggles and his false starts. Well, that didn't help his score. He eventually blew up on Sunday and lost that tournament. Morgan Pressel was actually assigned a stroke penalty by the LPGA Tour, resulting in a loss of hole in the match play championship. She eventually lost her match in that as well. It was a very controversial decision. But at least the LPGA Tour is doing something that the PGA Tour is not, and that's enforcing their own policies by awarding stroke penalties or loss of hole penalties. Kevin Na has not received a stroke penalty, even though he's one of the slower players on the PGA Tour. In fact, the Tour hasn't assigned a stroke penalty since 1995. I'll tell you, if you want to get those guys to speed up, that's all you have to do. 1 or 2 or 3 of those handed out, those guys will start playing a lot faster. That's all the time we have for this week on Score Golf TV. Thanks to everyone out here in Kelowna. This has been a wonderful visit. Folks, come out and check it yourself. They have the great golf in this part of the Okanagan Valley. We'll see you next time right here on Score Golf TV.
Thanks for watching Score Golf on TSN, the voice of Canadian golf. Score Golf is powered by Volkswagen. From one good drive to another. Jack Link's Beef Jerky, Feed Your Wild Side, and Kelowna Tourism. 19 golf courses from easygoing to ego-shattering.
Clothing provided by Callaway Golf Canada.